and he's right there.
Yep.
There's another one.
Yeah, he just put them back, too.
I've never seen him before.
Hello everyone, to another great Dino Ranger review. So, as you may all know, if you saw the beginning of the video, which obviously you did, you can tell I was looking for this guy right there. It took me about 3 stores, and I finally found him today. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed that before I found the new concatenator for $7, and that was the review I did a couple days ago. Yes, but now, 2 stores later, I finally found him, the big girl herself, and she is phenomenal. And I'm lucky to find her because there were only 2 of her left. And actually, right when I got to the toy section, workers from Target were actually unpacking boxes, and they happened to pull this out and put it on the shelf, and I immediately grabbed it. So, as you see, there she is. Look at this beauty right here. This thing is huge, like really huge. I'm surprised I finally have her. After seeing a bunch of people having her and waiting, and I've heard it's not gonna come out to the fall, I was like, man, I'm never gonna get this. And I saw it's finally been released at Target, and then it's now showing up for the August clear up at Target stores and Walmart stores, whatever, stuff like that. And I finally found her. And this thing is amazing. But enough about this. Let's take a look at the box first. And do apologize for my really quiet voice. I have to be quiet, as in my room is kind of right next to my sister's room, and she's trying to sleep, or at least take a nap. So, and I cannot wait to open this guy and take a look at him. So I'm doing it right now as quietly as possible. So let's take a look at the box. Obviously, standard Dino Rivals packaging. Jurassic logo. Couple pictures of where it goes. This guy is electronic, and it does light up. There's a button on his tail for the chomping, and the button right here on the top of his back for the grabbing motion. Man, this thing is so huge. And then the Dino Rivals logo, Rexy versus the Indominus. This is cool. It's the Indominus instead of the Triceratops this time, so that's pretty cool. Owen, the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. And then I have 3 main parts: Slash, Roar, and Devour. Pretty neat. This box is huge too. It's like I can't even fit it in this picture. So obviously Jurassic logos on both sides. This one says Dino Rivals. Just wait until I get the Brachiosaurus someday. It's gonna be a pain in a good way. So here's the back of the box. Basically a cool render of the actual animal. Owen in blue. It says it lights up. It comes with a collector card. That's pretty cool. All these attack pack dinosaurs, which I do have a bunch of other information and more stuff of what it can do. Slash, Roar, and Devour, which is probably one of the best features of this toy. So, without further ado, let's get this big toy out of the package. Alright, so here she is, out of the package, her prison. And man, does this thing look awesome. Oh, I love this so much. It is definitely better than Hasbro's, for sure. I mean, heck, I know Hasbro's had like the soft skin, but this one is just detail galore right here. It's so cool. I don't even know where to start in this video. I guess we could go over sculpt in detail. So sculpting wise, definitely amazing. Definitely looks like the Indominus from the first Jurassic World. And the tail, I know the tail and Mattel's toys are usually quite small, but Indominus Rex actually did have quite a short tail based on what I saw in the film, so this is actually perfect size right here. Yeah, I love the face. It's so cool, and especially with the other side. amazing, just amazing detail. Now we're going to take a look at the, detail on the face, or at least all over the body. So hopefully you guys can see my light is not that good, as I have limited area to put it. As you can see, actually what I can do, just because there's going to be a lot of shadows, I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to look at it up close like this. So here's the face. Look at this awesome detail. It is so cool. Looks just like the Indominus Rex. And look at that eye. That eye is so menacing. It looks like it would like rip you right apart. The neck is really good. I love the little quills. All the bumps and osteoderms. The folds and rolls. The arms are pretty good. Love the claws. They're like extremely long. The body, really nice touch. This really knocked it out of the park with this one. I mean, sure. I mean, they're not like Kenner as in, having real feel skin, but detail is pretty much all we need. Detail, sculpt, and actual size is pretty good. Now, I know the Indominus Rex's feet are actually big. And I know in the movie they weren't, but this is to help it stand. And I don't care what they do with the feet. I just want them to stand, I have a perfect shelf to put all these Jurassic things on, so I need it to stand. All the detail on here. You can see there's a button right there on the tail. Really nice. Really nice touch. The feet are really good, sculpted, really long, menacing claws right there. Then we can take a look at the side. Actually, before we do that, here's the top view. Really nice. And then here's the bottom view. Not really much other than scaling. Bottom feet really good. Here's the QR code. Bottom feet look really nice, just like the ones from Jurassic World. Here's the other side. Basically just like the same. And you can look at the tail there. Basically the same as the other side. Same with the face. Really nice. Now let's take a look at the mouth. But if I do it on this side so you can see it better. The teeth are individually painted. That is an A+ for me. That is amazing. Now I just want to let you guys know, the software I use to upload all my videos or to edit them, sometimes when I'm taking the video, it doesn't keep the whole picture in one shot. So hopefully you guys are seeing a lot of good stuff from that software. And if you can't, I do apologize, but I do have everything on there. So now to get back with this, teeth are really good, both sides. The mouth opens really wide, as you can see there. And inside the mouth is really nice too. Let's see if I can get that, because I don't want to push any buttons yet, as I want to save that for the review. As you can see, a lot of good detail inside the mouth, and it is hollow in the throat, so you can fit figures in there, which I will demonstrate in a little bit. A lot of great detail. Alrighty, so that's that. Now we're going to take a look at articulation first, before we get to the action gimmicks. So, articulation-wise, these arms can just go like that, but they go back, because this is probably the action gimmick. The head does move like this, but it really stays put, so which is nice. The arms right here is on like a little hinge joint. These arms can go back and forth, but you might want to keep them right there as it clicks. That's where the grabbing motion goes. And the arms, they can bend. It's a really great motion. The feet at the bottom here can turn. The legs do move, but it's actually both legs that move, I think. As you can kind of see there. I think they can move individually, but I think it's just the way that I do it with here. So yeah. It's basically all the articulation, other than you can open the mouth on your own too. But let's take a look at the action gimmick. We're going to start with this, the grabbing motion, as there's a button right here. So what you do is if you push it like so, and it can bend down, so that's pretty good. So you can go like this. It makes grabbing or growling motions as it does that. Very nice. Then there's a button on the tail that activates the roaring. And hopefully you guys can see just fine. Yep. So yeah, push the button, it roars right when the mouth opens, which is really nice. I'm glad it's not like the roars where if you push a button and its mouth, like let's say, opens, or I guess some of the ways they do it just don't make sense, but I like when it opens its mouth and roars. It really looks really good. And I can see it did light up in here to show that it did eat something. And so yeah, this thing can open its mouth like really wide. And I like how the sounds restart as you push the button again, which actually really helps, so the sound doesn't continue to play as you're still pushing it. So I like, that's a really good A+. So we are going to take a look at the feature that it does of eating things. Go over here onto my shelf and then grab our little mercenary right here. Our unlucky mercenary, at least. Set him right here. So I can see if I can get this in shot, actually. Hopefully, maybe. Well, I may have to do it the other way then, just because there's no room on the other side. Not prepared for this. Okay, so there's our human guy right there, which hopefully you guys can see. Okay. Or at least hopefully. Can you guys see him? Yeah, you guys can. You guys are good. Alright, so we're going to test out the grabbing motion first. So basically all we can do, reach down and grab him like that, which is so cool. And then you can drop him. Now we're going to torture him some even more now. And we're going to eat him. Like so. Push the button, which I guess you could bend down. Which, that's really cool. It looks like he's drinking. But we're going to do it the other way first. So, you can bend down. Like that. And then, if you hold him up just like that, hopefully you guys can see. And it ate him, and he's gone. That's really cool. And it's kind of hard to see, but he is in there. I guess I have to be in the dark to really see that he's in there. But yeah, he's fully eaten. And it actually looks like he ate the guy, which is really cool. So, we're going to do some size comparing, which is going to be tough. Or at least I'm going to try to do it anyway. So, obviously we already know how big it is compared to a human. Let's start... I want like something good. And I'm sorry I probably could have restarted the video at this point, but I didn't. So we're gonna compare it to the other Jurassic World hybrid of Mattel's, and that is the Indoraptor. Now I do not own the Grab and Growl Indoraptor, as I kind of already have an Indoraptor. So here's the Indoraptor. right next to her. Both he and she, black and white. Really nice. Scale really nice together. Pretty cool fight. Then we shall. I would do these Indominus skeleton, but but the skeleton's like already kind of small, unless it actually compares really well. Actually, we'll do the skeleton. Actually, let me just fix him in the right position, or fix her in the right position. Now, unfortunately, my skeleton Indominus's legs or arms can't really bend or move, and I'm afraid I might break it if I try. So please bear with me if it kind of bothers you. But here's the Indominus Rex skeleton. As hopefully if you guys can see, if I try to scale up, yeah, the skeleton is way much smaller. Same with the skull. So obviously this is just for play factor and for display purposes. So it's not really supposed to be the same size, but it's good enough. Then, before we get to the final good one, now we will compare it with the Indominus Rex's, I guess you could say friend that ended her life. But it is the super big Mosasaurus. And man, does this look really good. Obviously, the Mosasaurus is actually longer, I believe. Even though the tail is sticking up, it is longer. But they're pretty much about the same size. And it does open its mouth pretty wide too. So this thing can jump out of the water for those kids and then grab the Indominus and drag it out of the water. Which would be cool to do, but with the Indominus being electronic, it's kind of hard to do. So, finally, last but not least, I would do blue, but obviously we know that raptors are pretty small against it. And also, blue is not with me at the moment, but we are going to compare it with the Bite and Fight T-Rex, which is about the same size as the Thrash and Throw. And, whew, yeah, the T-Rex is extremely smaller than the Indominus Rex. Like super duper small. Yeah, that's small. And I thought, the T-Rex look big now, but after having the Indominus, this T-Rex is actually quite small. And you can't even like bite around its head that good. But hey, kids can recreate that final scene from the first Jurassic World, which is absolutely cool. So, that will wrap it up for this review. I'm super glad I found this figure. Really awesome. And I do recommend following this Instagram person, or I guess, well, what would you call it? But this Instagram account called Toy Adventures, which I did mention in the last video. He does really good photos, and he does amazing toy movies that you can watch on YouTube, as he does have a YouTube channel. And his Indominus Rex and his movies are absolutely amazing. His story is amazing, so please check those out. You'll find him really cool. And I myself might use them in my movies once I get around to it, but I do love this Indominus Rex. So good. I absolutely love it. So, hope you guys all have a great time. And I'll hopefully see you guys back with another review eventually. So yeah. And before we leave, I will show you guys a picture of the Indominus Rex's card.